I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami, Ishtar, Kali, Nami, and Mother.
Welcome to your Leo New Moon reading. If you're listening to this only, you are getting less than half of Great Mother's message to you for this Leo New Moon. All signs have their gifts that they give to us and gifts that we give to each other through our emotional orientation each month. It waxes and wanes, but Leo is ruled by the sun, and if nothing else, everyone knows their sun sign. There's a reason for that. So you want to go ahead, if you don't have time now, copy the link below or click into the link below. It goes to the Mama Drama Trauma channel. Want to subscribe to that for these types of longer videos that get into the meat of Mama Drama Trauma. This is a very important introduction to the Leo Virgo new moon. If you are in your current Sati, that means if you are Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Capricorn moon sign people in the Vedic astrology, this is a particularly important message for you because we're talking about the buildup from now until January of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Again, that video is at the Mama Drama Trauma channel. It's the introduction to the Leo new moon, what to do for the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Now, between now and then is a season of planting and reaping. So you want to know what that's about, and you also want to pay attention to if your moon sign is coming up in a new moon. In particular, we're going to have Virgo up next, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. In the meantime and in between time, you want to also look at full moon signs coming up in Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer in terms of full illumination and release. Very powerful time. This period is a seeding of the rest of your life, what the rest of your life is going to look like. And Great Mother is giving you a message about how to work with the supportive energy. Speaking of support, my gift via Great Mother to you is a free Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. That's right, the newly revised Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is now available. They're going to be shipped out as a Northern Hemisphere harvest. Happens for us September 14th. It's going to be sent out to you as a free gift. Now, there's a tutorial that is also a part of this gift between November 3rd and December 22nd. You choose Sunday or Monday nights which tutorial group you want to be a part of. And 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday and Monday between November 3rd and December 22nd, you're going to learn the 8 suits of the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck that aspire. We're always talking about those 6 lower or pip cards, as we say in traditional tarot, and the major arcana, ASPIRE, acknowledge, self-inquiry, processing, integrity, rebirth, and emancipation, in addition to the law cards. Of course, we have an angel card there, and the angels are working with all of us right now. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Leo moon sign, happy new moon season for you. This time of year is a planting season for sure for you. Unless your moon was a full moon when you were born, that could be a little different for you, possibly, particularly if it is close to this time. And so we want to, again, be sure that we take Great Mother's general readings into consideration. There are going to be some little changes for you, particularly at this time. with regard to this very pivotal insemination period of basically what we're talking about is 6 months prior to this January, which includes the eclipse season that got kicked off in June. That was a huge download period. If you notice, I wasn't doing videos then. It was the end of a season. And so Great Mother wanted to work directly with us. I came back during the July eclipses, but that was really beginning this 6-month period, building up into this January. And so your new moon is so important for the reason that it is the first new moon after the eclipse downloads that we're actually going to be inseminating, planting, sowing, seeds moving forward until the ultimate cleanup occurs in January. So what does that mean? That means that for Leo, being ruled by the sun, in the Vedic astrology, that's the soul, you're carrying a lot of this energy for us, and you have been energetically since the solar eclipse the world stopped to watch back in August 2017. If you remember, that was in the nakshatra of Ashlesha in both the sun and the moon. Now, this new moon, 2 years later, the sun is in Maha, the mature manifestation of Leo energy, and we have the moon in Purva Falguni. So different constellational spaces here having to do with the more mature energy, having to do with I'm hesitating because I know Ashlesha is in Cancer, but I guess a part of it is in Leo as well. Yeah. It's a maturing since that time. And so that's what's meant by Leo carrying the energy. There's a maturation that has occurred since that time for you emotionally. And I'm showing Sophia coming up as inner wisdom. Your soul wants to seed at this new moon time, your new moon time. There we go. It wants to seed a confirmation of this inner wisdom that you have garnered since that time. And since this season's eclipse period, from June in particular, there are some things that have come up for you with regard to mama drama trauma, how you have experienced it, things that you've learned in terms of how you were going to adjust your inner world to release toxic aspects of the operation of MDT in your life. The Telltale Signs of MDT, that is on the PDF at greatmotherspeaks.info. Under the heading, What is MDT? Talks about the telltale signs of MDT. How do we know that we have MDT? Everything is about us. We take responsibility for other people without them asking. There are a lot of telltale signs of MDT that as you begin to work with them and realize what they produce in your life, there's an inner wisdom that emerges. That's why judgment and condemnation is a part of MDT. That's another telltale sign, always the self-judgment, the self-condemnation that shows up for many people as constantly judging and condemning other people. But really, everything starts from within. That's why with Great Mother, when we talk about the houses and we talk about the signs and all of that, we're talking about our internal space as it relates to these things that we're constantly projecting out into the world. And so with this heart chakra card of Sophia, this beautiful green energy of Sophia, this new moon energy of Sophia is Venusian energy. It's ruled by Venus, and Venus is conjunct the moon at this time. And so you're receiving a lot of support in this very mature Leo energy of Purva Falguni that is all about maturing through chaos. Okay, it's all about taking on the shoulder what needs to be bared out in order for there to be growth in the end. You've matured to a level where there is an appreciation, in other words, for the journey. And the work that your soul wants to seed is for you to consciously register that, Leo moon sign people. It's time for you to register that that is what has occurred internally for you. What's bringing up this need to register this is Hecate, throat chakra energy, this beautiful blue crescent moon energy. I love the colors of our new deck because it actually shows what's going on. And with our bodies, this heart chakra being green, Emerald City, if you remember the old deck, and of course, they're still the same vibrational correlation to Dorothy's story in The Wizard of Oz, the poster child for Mama Drama Trauma. Sophia being when they go before Oz to ask their needs, not knowing that they have them. Again, you not knowing from your own inner wisdom that you already have it. And so the work your soul wants the ego to do is to align by consciously registering it. The practical application of that is Hecate, throat chakra, a higher frequency than the heart even, because it's the higher will. It's the will of the soul, the speak it into life chakra. This beautiful blue effervescent energy is a crescent moon energy, the next phase from the new moon, which is the planting of the seed. And so practically planting the conscious realization of your inner wisdom in all aspects of your life. In other words, trusting what you know to be true for you at this time, that no, everything is not your fault. You don't have to overcompensate by making everyone feel comfortable. That's not your job. There are some things that you've learned, but until they're consciously registered, you won't apply them to your life. And the soul is wanting you to line up with it at this crossroads in order to do that. This is when the witch tries to take Dorothy's ruby red slippers, the Hecate card, at the crossroads of being in the witch's castle. And she's wanting to save Toto, who symbolizes her intuition, and give away the ruby red slippers, her birthright, to be happy, healthy, and whole in order to achieve that. She is not allowed to do that by a great mother who told her from the beginning in Munchkin Land to never take the shoes off. But ultimately, the witch is shocked. She couldn't take them off. We cannot take off our birthright. It is your birthright, Leo, and you know that better than most signs, to be happy, healthy, and whole. And so you're at a crossroads again to up the ante, to up your game on what your birthright means to you now. In the past, being happy, healthy, and whole meant one thing. However, moving forward, it means another. And your shadow position is Adi Shakti. This is the twister dream. It is also a waning gibbous moon card. This is the phase right after the full moon. So this illumination of your inner wisdom that is coming during this dark new moon is an inner illumination. And the phase after the full moon, the waning gibbous, is all about gratitude for the awareness. And so there is a sense of gratitude within yourself about having gone through this journey, this emotional process, to come to a place where you're looking at, okay, I've gotten this wisdom, my life is shifting. It may not be the most comfortable thing for me to do. Leo is fixed fire. So shifting the blaze into another direction is something that is aided by air, by wind, which is thought, understanding, intelligence. That's that fifth chakra, Hecate energy. Now we're going down to the second chakra with the waning gibbous, with gratitude for the primordial womb energy. Great mother energy, that deep, dark hole of release, of gratitude, of sharing, release through sharing your new consciousness, of knowing what you know, of actually living and applying it in your life for your benefit and for the benefit of others. this new awareness that you have, bringing more happiness, bringing more health, bringing more wholeness to yourself and to others, as Dorothy ultimately was able to do with the gratitude she felt after she woke up from the twister dream. What you want is to be rewarded for this journey, Leo moon sign people, as we see with Ra in the desired position. This is third eye. This beautiful lavender is all about great mother inner wisdom. The moon rules the sixth chakra, and it rules Cancer, which was the last new moon, where you downloaded a lot a month ago. And you're not done really working through it. And it's been a little exhausting, perhaps, a little emotionally disruptive even. And so you're wanting a reward for all of this conscious effort of sharing your gifts, talents, and abilities in new ways, of acquiring new gifts, talents, and abilities due to this insight. Oftentimes, when we work with Great Mother Energy, we discover we have gifts we didn't even know about. Okay, we start to pick up on things that we did in past lives that we haven't done this lifetime due to conditioning or focus in other areas, in other houses where the soul needed to evolve. For example, Leo typically represents the fifth house of creativity. And so for you, this is particularly true that many of you with this waxing gibbous energy moon are revising, editing, changing that internal space a bit to accommodate new gifts, talents, and abilities. This is a confirmation that Great Mother, your angels, guides, and ancestors know this is something that you're beginning to desire, perhaps many of you, because what's supporting you to do the work of seeding inner wisdom in your life, new inner wisdom that you've acquired over the last several months, is Kali, the root chakra first quarter moon card, is fear. How can fear support us? Fear is always supporting us as an invitation to make friends with our shadows. Especially in the American culture, it is something viewed as a weakness to be afraid of anything. And so we have this exterior of toughness all the time. And in actuality, our behavior, our attitudes, the things that we focus on betray us and letting us know how fearful we really are. So, for example, we're great patriotic Americans. No one can mess with us. We'll kick their butts. And that's why I have to have a gun on me at all times. Fear is a great support, because if we accept its invitation and say, my gosh, I'm scared shitless. I'm just scared about the world. I feel really put upon by all the things that I'm seeing and what's happening. If I don't keep my eyes open all the time, I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die, that kind of thing. And we are able to work with our inner wisdom as your soul unction is encouraging and enticing you to do. You can accept that invitation and say, wait a second. I have learned that I am a dearly loved divine child of the great Mother, Father, God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone. So that means I'm protected just because I am who I am. And so why has this fear shown up for me? This is how fear supports us. It invites us into acknowledging it. That is what the root chakra, the A in Aspire suit, stands for. It stands for acknowledging the fear of MDT. And so the support that you have is to accept those invitations, Leo, to investigate where there are lingering fears. Because as you do so, between now and January, working with Great Mother through the new moons, remember at the end, we're going to have suggested new moon readings. Want to get your paper and pencil out so that you can have those for the new moon, maximum of 10. as you work with them, when that Saturn-Pluto conjunction comes up, and that's near a full moon, you'll be able to release whatever fears that you have acknowledged come up in the interim. Released. You'll have them released. And it's really as simple as that. But we have to know. And so that's why Great Mother is speaking to us at this time. So that is how fear is supporting you. First quarter moon is all about making that conscious decision. So this is your practical application, Leo. Making the conscious choice to apply the inner wisdom you've gained. Your current state of ego-soul alignment is Gildeptis, the Navajo goddess of synthesis. And so there's a synergy around your ego-soul alignment. You're down with it. Another beautiful lavender suit card. This is the Emancipation suit. So this is your second sixth chakra card. The first one was Ra in the waxing gibbous phase of editing your gifts, talents, and abilities. And so you are realizing that maybe you have been singing, or you've been writing, or you've been teaching, or you have been drafting, and now you are realizing that you really do have a great interest and a great ability to garden, to landscape. And it's just a synergy as it relates to your inner wisdom. And it's just an intuitive thing. And you've never really paid that much attention, but other people have always commented about how beautiful the plants are in your house and the flowers in your yard. And it was just so natural because it was a soul gift, just something that you did. And now you're vibing with it. It's like, okay, I think I'm going to kind of check this out a little bit. Maybe I will kind of check out the herbs a little bit as we move into this, Virgo season and all of that. So the full moon Gildeptis card is the ego soul illuminated alignment. This is an awareness that is coming to you. And from the primordial womb of Great Mother, it's happening for some of you on an unconscious level, but for most of you, because this is a full moon third eye card, the unconscious level is becoming conscious. It is becoming conscious. Why your soul wants to do this conscious work at this time, being more conscientious rather, is we have our second heart chakra card in the full moon of Sulis. Full illumination about your wellness, full illumination about your birthright. This is when Dorothy and the three go before Oz and ask their wishes. And so your soul wants you to ask for what you want based on this new awareness. It wants you to begin the journey of seeing what you're made of, seeing what you're really made of. After all, isn't that what Dorothy and the three discovered in their journey from their request of Oz to when they actually received their request? Through their own efforts, through their own means. But that's what Great Father energy does. And that's what full moon energy does when the moon reflects the light of the sun. This is all about already having what you need, but not knowing that you do. Okay, because Gildeptis, your present state of ego-soul alignment, synergy, is the scene when Glinda the Good Witch, Great Mother, returns to Oz to grant Dorothy's wish to go home by simply reminding her she already had what she needed to do so in those ruby red slippers Great Mother gave us in the beginning, our birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. So this is so just a wonderful reward in terms of what you're desiring, Leo moon sign people. for the work that you've done to get to this new point. And some of you might be saying, well, the only thing, let me think, what have I really gotten from, the last year or the 2 years or even the last 6 months? What have I really gotten? You don't have to think about it hard. You really don't, because I'm seeing here that how your soul wants to do this work of your inner wisdom is by rebirth, is by a death to your old self and being born to the new. This is the new Osiris Horus card, 5th chakra energy, higher will. Your higher will is already activated with this waxing gibbous energy of revising, editing. And the way the spread is positioned, the how your soul wants to do the inner work of your center card of Sophia, inner wisdom, is under Ra, your desires. So your desires of integrating these new gifts, talents, and abilities that you're undergoing this revision, this desire is a conscious thing. And so you are currently experiencing a death of sorts and a rebirth. You're already in the process, so you don't really have to think about it. All you have to do is just take a moment and say, what about my life? What about me? What about who I have always thought I was compared to who I am becoming now? And you will know. You will know. And you will know it is occurring as a result of your higher will to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence, which is the soul contract of Mama Drama Trauma. Working with this inner wisdom, Leo, you will definitely have an outcome of soul surrender. This is the Yemaya heart chakra card. You have 3 green heart chakra cards in your reading, which makes it the dominant energy of your new moon. Your heart is opening. Your heart is breaking open for this death of the old and rebirth of the new. Moving forward, allowing yourself to make a conscious decision to face the challenge of leaving the past behind. This is the scene in the poppy field right before Dorothy and the 3 arrive at Oz's door. The poppy field symbolizing addictions to the past. Allowing the MDT to have reign in our lives just one more time, as Dorothy had another bout with the wicked witch who created the poppy field to draw her back into her claws. And those addictions are hard to overcome because they're conditioned, and we can see the symbolism of her falling down, going back to sleep, becoming unconscious as opposed to growing in inner wisdom and consciousness. Toto falling asleep, the intuition, the lion falling asleep, the courage. Yet, who was yelling for help? The scarecrow and the tin man, the heart and the mind, that higher consciousness, the heart chakra. Help, help. That's soul surrender. And it's a powerful surrender. It is the surrender of the heart to the higher consciousness. And so quickly, Dorothy, Toto, and the lion, Leo, woke up to continue their journey. That is Great Mother's message to you and for you, Leo moon sign people. What a wonderful start of this new season until the Saturn Pluto conjunction in the Western astrology at 22 degrees of Capricorn, which is why it's all about doing energy. Typically, Great Mother speaks about the beingness of the ego-soul relationship and how to consciously work with that internally. We are building up into some action energy that Great Mother is wanting us to focus on moving forward with our conscious, practical application of what we've learned. So we want to be sure that we are doing that. So your new moon wishes are in the category of clear discrimination and efficient organizing. Virgo rules discrimination, including analysis, critical thinking, focus, and discernment. Might want to get out your pencil and paper to jot down whatever strikes your spirit as your Virgo new moon wish. Sample wishes for discrimination. To promote accurate discrimination, you may want to write down, I want to easily find myself analyzing the problem of fill in the blank in a way that produces productive, happy results. I want all confusion and overanalyzing of my situation with fill in the blank easily lifted from me. I want to easily find myself accurately discerning what is important to me and what is not. I want to easily find myself effectively responding to external crises without inner tension. I want to easily find myself focusing on and appreciating the opportunities that are being offered to me. I want to easily find myself consistently focusing on the here and now moment, using it to make my dreams come true. Virgo rules creative organization, including orderly environments, handling details, efficiency and planning, paperwork, punctuality. These are sample wishes to begin creating efficient systems and order. Might want to get that pencil and paper out to jot down whatever strikes your spirit for your new moon wish in Virgo. I want to easily find myself creating neatness and order in my home. I want to easily find myself paying my bills on the blank day of each month. I want to easily find myself organizing my paperwork, completing all filing, and throwing away whatever I no longer need. I want the habit of being late easily lifted from me. I want to easily find myself restoring my environment to order on a daily basis. I want all resistance to cleaning up the mess easily lifted from me. I want clear planning that will empower me to successfully reach my goal of fill in the blank.
Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void.